Sometimes life feels like a gentle river, flowing smoothly, carrying us along on its current. But other times that river hits a rocky patch, and suddenly the connections we once counted on seem to drift apart. Maybe you've noticed it yourself. Those phone calls that used to come every week have become less frequent. Or perhaps family gatherings feel like a distant memory rather than a regular part of your life. It's easy to wonder if those bonds can be restored or if they've slipped away for good. You're not alone in feeling this way. As we get older, the busyness of life, misunderstandings, or even our own hesitations can create a rift that feels hard to mend. Sometimes, it's just the natural course of things. Children moving away, careers taking over, or life circumstances changing. But the truth is, reconnecting with family, especially after 60, isn't just possible. It can be one of the most rewarding journeys you'll ever take. Think about the warmth of a family gathering, the laughter shared over a simple meal, or the comforting voice of a loved one calling just to say hello. Those moments are treasures, and it's worth making an effort to bring them back into your life. The good news is, you don't need grand gestures or complicated plans. Small, genuine steps can make a significant difference, and you might be surprised how quickly those bonds can strengthen once again. Sometimes the hardest part is just taking that first step. Maybe you've been feeling distant because of past misunderstandings, or perhaps life simply got in the way. Whatever your story, I want to reassure you that it's never too late to reach out, to heal, and to rebuild those precious connections. It's about creating a new chapter, one filled with understanding, patience, and love. So let's talk about some practical ways to begin. The journey of reconnecting starts with a simple decision: to try. From there, small actions can lead to big changes. For example, reaching out with a heartfelt message, sharing a memory, or even inviting someone for a cup of coffee can open doors that have been closed for too long. Imagine sitting down with your family members, perhaps your children, grandchildren, or siblings, and feeling that familiar warmth again. It's possible, and it's worth every effort. Sometimes all it takes is a gentle reminder that we care, that we're here, and that we want to rebuild what was once strong. Now, I want to share a couple of ideas that can help you get started. These aren't complicated or overwhelming. They're simple, heartfelt steps that can begin to bridge the gap and bring your family closer. First, consider making that initial contact, even if it's been a while. A sincere message, a handwritten note, or a quick call can mean the world. Sometimes hearing your voice or reading your words can ignite a spark of reconnection. And then, there's the power of shared experiences. Maybe it's reminiscing about old family stories, looking at photographs together, or planning a small get-together. These moments remind us of the bonds that tie us, no matter how much time has passed. Rebuilding family bonds isn't about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up with an open heart, ready to listen, forgive, and reconnect. It's about remembering that behind every family member is a person with their own worries and joys, just like you. So as we begin this journey together, I want you to keep in mind that every small step counts. Even if you feel unsure or hesitant, that's okay. The most important thing is the willingness to try. Because in the end, those efforts can blossom into relationships that bring joy, comfort, and a sense of belonging that lasts a lifetime. Let's take a breath, embrace the hope that comes with starting fresh, and move forward with confidence. Rebuilding family bonds after 60 is not only possible, it's a beautiful, fulfilling process that can enrich your life in ways you never imagined. And remember, no matter where you are in your journey, you're not alone. There are many ways to begin, and the love you have for your family is the strongest foundation of all. Let me know when you're ready for part 2, where we'll dive into more strategies and practical steps to deepen those family connections. Now that we've talked about making that initial move, perhaps sending a heartfelt message or sharing a fond memory, let's explore some more ways to nurture those bonds and really turn that first step into lasting connections. Rebuilding family relationships isn't a one-time effort. It's about consistent, genuine engagement that gradually rebuilds trust and warmth. One of the most powerful things you can do is to practice active listening. Sometimes we get caught up in our own stories or worries, and we forget that what our family members really need is to be heard. When you speak with a loved one, try to give them your full attention, put aside distractions, look into their eyes, and listen not just to their words, but to the feelings behind those words. It's amazing how much closer you can feel when someone truly listens to you. And the same applies when you're talking with them. Show curiosity about their lives, ask questions, and show genuine interest in what they're sharing. It's also helpful to remember that everyone has a story, especially family members who may have experienced their own struggles or joys that you might not be aware of. Sometimes, a simple question like, "How have you been feeling lately?" or "What's been going on in your life?" can open up conversations that deepen your understanding and connection. And don't forget to share your own stories, vulnerabilities, and feelings. It creates a space where honesty and trust can flourish. Another meaningful step is to create new shared experiences. Life is busy, and it's easy to let days slip by without making time for family. But even small traditions can make a big difference. Maybe it's a weekly phone call, a monthly lunch, or a walk in the park together. These routines don't need to be elaborate, they just need to be consistent. Over time, they become a foundation for stronger bonds, reminding everyone that they're valued and loved. Sometimes, reconnecting can also mean forgiving past hurts. If there are old misunderstandings or disagreements lingering in the background, addressing them gently and honestly can clear the air. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about releasing the weight of resentment and opening your heart to new beginnings. This can be one of the most freeing and healing steps in rebuilding family relationships. And speaking of healing, don't underestimate the power of expressing appreciation. A heartfelt thank you or a sincere compliment can go a long way. Let your family members know how much they mean to you, not just with words but through your actions. Maybe by helping them out with a task, sending a little gift, or simply spending quality time together. Small gestures often speak louder than grand plans. Now I'd like to share an idea that many people find helpful: creating a family tradition. It could be as simple as sharing a favorite recipe, celebrating birthdays with a special meal, or gathering everyone around for a game night. Traditions create a sense of continuity and belonging, anchoring your relationships in shared history. They serve as a reminder that, no matter what life throws your way, those bonds are worth nurturing. And of course, technology can be a wonderful tool. If you're separated by distance, video calls, messaging apps, or even sharing photos and stories online can keep you connected. Sometimes, seeing each other's faces or sharing a quick laugh over a funny story can bridge gaps that physical distance might create. But perhaps most importantly, remember that patience and kindness are your best allies. Rebuilding trust and closeness takes time. Sometimes setbacks happen, and that's okay. What matters is your willingness to keep trying, to stay open, and to approach every moment with compassion. The journey of strengthening family bonds after 60 isn't about perfection or grand gestures. It's about showing up with a sincere heart, being present, and letting your loved ones know they're cherished. Every small effort, every kind word, every shared moment adds up to something truly meaningful. So take a deep breath and trust that your efforts matter. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward creating a richer, more connected family life. And remember, the love you have for your family is a powerful force, one that can heal wounds, build bridges, and bring you closer than ever before. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want you to hold on to the idea that rebuilding family bonds after 60 isn't just a task. It's a heartfelt journey, one that can bring so much joy and meaning into your life. It's about opening your heart again, embracing the love that's always been there, waiting to be rekindled. And the beautiful part is, every effort you make, no matter how small, is a building block toward a stronger, more connected family. Think back to those moments of warmth and laughter from the past, the family dinners, the stories shared around the fire, the quiet hugs during difficult times. Those images remind us that no matter how much time has passed, the love remains. It's like a garden that just needs a little tending. With patience, kindness, and persistence, you can nurture those relationships anew. Remember, small acts of kindness and genuine effort often make the biggest difference. A simple phone call to say, "I was thinking of you," or a handwritten note expressing your feelings can melt away barriers and open the door to conversation. Sometimes just showing that you care is enough to start rebuilding trust and closeness. It's also important to be gentle with yourself during this process. Reconnection isn't about perfection or having all the answers right away. It's about showing up with an open heart, being willing to listen, and forgiving past misunderstandings. Sometimes, the most meaningful moments happen when we let go of expectations and simply focus on being present. As you take these steps, remind yourself that family isn't just about blood ties. It's about the love and connection we choose to nurture. Every effort you make is a gift, not only to your loved ones, but also to yourself. It can bring a deep sense of fulfillment and peace, knowing you're doing your part to create lasting bonds. And if you ever feel discouraged, remember that it's never too late. Sometimes, the most profound reconnections happen when you least expect them. A kind word, a shared memory, or a moment of genuine understanding can reignite relationships that seemed lost forever. It's a testament to the resilience of love and the power of human connection. So as you move forward, hold on to hope and trust in the process. Be patient with yourself and others. Embrace each small step as a victory. And know that your willingness to reconnect is a beautiful act of love that can transform not only your relationships, but also your own sense of happiness and purpose. There's a special kind of joy that comes from reconnecting with family. The kind that fills your heart with gratitude and reminds you of what truly matters. Every moment you invest in those relationships is an investment in your own well-being, your happiness, and your legacy. It's about creating a tapestry of love that can be passed down through generations. So, take that first gentle step today. Reach out, share a smile, or simply be present. Because in doing so, you're not just rebuilding family bonds, you're enriching your life in ways that words can hardly describe. And remember, no matter where you are in this journey, the love you give and receive is the most precious gift of all. Here's to living your best life at any age, filled with love, connection, and the warmth of family. Because in the end, nothing is more valuable than the bonds we nurture and the love we share. And that love, my friend, is always worth the effort.